Back in Clydach again, and we're looking down on what is called Cwm Clydach, above Clydach, and there's the River Clydach that comes up here to its source actually in the Barren Mountain. And I've done the sky very roughly, I'll come back to it. Distant mountains, you've got the Barren Chapel up on the mountain here, in the Barren Mountain, and so we'll just go for it. With darkening the sky there, I'm able to get the effect of light catching this hillside. And what I want to do, you've got bracken as well, so I want to get the brown colours in as well. And then what I want to do is get something of a darker colour, but more on a warmer colour with the, what I've done, I've mixed together some of the sienna, burnt sienna with the ultramarine blue. And I want to get a nice sort of mauvish colour here now. I don't want it too dark. This might just do it for now. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think that'll work. It's a bit too dark. Let's go lighten it a bit more. And yeah, I'm up on what's the old Ammanford Road from Clydach coming up here to Ammanford on what was the old Roman road right across Mynydd y Gwair and yep, that I'm quite happy with that. But now let's get some of these lighter colours in here as well. And I'm going to want the focal point to be down here by Cwm Clydach. So let's just get these lighter colours in. And so I'm going now to a lemon yellow, with ultramarine blue and some white to tone it off a bit. And let's just get some of the suggestion of the fields you've got here. You've actually got a pond or a big pond or lake down in here as well. But for now, I just want suggestion of growth and fields. So what we'll do now, let's get this dark blue in and see how we get on. So I'm going to get the suggestion of fields. It's cutting across here. So these are more like the hedgerows, bushes you've got everywhere. And so I'm putting darks in, and then you build on this all the time. You get some more lights in, a few more darks in. You build up there. You can see how that is different to everywhere else at the moment. So the eye will, when I let that go off a little bit more, I think the eye will go there. So break that. That's too uniform. That's better. Yeah, that's better. And I'll come back on that and work it out. You'll see in the finished painting. And what I've got to do now is let's get this. Let's get this in. Now I want lost and found. I don't want it going all the way up there. You want it almost to go into the same. So it's so close to nothing there. Let's get the colour in here. And again, we'll get the colours up in here. And you build on it step by step with the acrylic. Put some more blues on there now. Take that away from there. And then we'll get that in there. So it's not too pronounced. And what I want is get the blue in the rock here. I'm going to have some and It's only suggestion at this stage. So I can lighten it a bit more. It needs to get some darks in here now. And then get some more of a sort of a warmer green in the foreground here now. Let's get this warmer green in here. And of course it's going to have to be darker on for these rocks to stand out. There, that's a better shape. So let's, yeah, that's great. And we don't want much more than that really at this stage for Cwm Clydach. And you'll see when it comes to the next session and finishing it off and getting the definition in, you'll see it come together. Now with Cwm Clydach, looking down here at Cwm Clydach, the trees, the river Clydach comes up here, and I'm just going to, all I'm doing this stage now is the final, well not this session, but probably the next session I'll finish it off, but we're just looking for just bits and pieces to sort of bring it to life a bit. Just here and there, we make our way around the canvas. And yeah, Clydach's down in here, road up to Cwm Park, and then it'll be up a little road up here onto Mynydd y Gwair, where you've got the old Roman road. It goes all the way to Amnford over the mountains. And what you've got the road that will make its way up here. And my father managed a private mine up on the end of the mountain up here, which I think I've said before. Often I'd go up with him in the nights. He'd have to go up and just get a lamp, go down, check the pumps are all working, and I'd go with him as a lad, go with him to just check everything was okay. And yeah, and then just go down underground and drift mine. It was a little drift mine, and he said, I'm just catching the, now I'm bringing the highlights out, where I want the highlights to sort of hit these fields here, down here, and there's a pond or a lake along by here, and you got the Baron Chapel up here, and yeah, so yeah, one night we were going across the mountain here, and it drops down, you're above the Llw Reservoir, and my father put the window of the van down to spit out. A lot of collies will do that, with the dust and everything, will spit out, and his teeth went out, and screech on the brakes, and then reverse the car, and just to try to find my father's teeth in the dark, in the mountain. There we are, that was my father here. When I first went to Bryn Llw to work, the main pit in Gosainen, as a young boy. I looked like my father, and they say, oh, you're Cliff Bowden's son. I say, aye. And then they start telling me all the tales of my father underground, and things he would get up to. And I think once he got his ticket, became an overman, he could never have stayed in the main pit, really. Too much of a reputation. He had to go off and manage private mines. But you can see now, just that light, that little bit of dark there, has made such a difference. And what I'm going to do, we've got some rocks here which we need to sort of make a bit of more out of, and we'll just highlight here and there. And what I'll do, I think I'll get a few more down here. But you see what I'm doing? I'm putting the light against the dark. Similarly here. Just get some stones protruding here and there. Not a lot, just a little bit, just suggestion really. And there we are, we can't do much more than that, so I could lighten up that a bit again. I was trying. Just a little bit more. And it's only suggestions, but it does bring a painting to life. Okay, there we go. Here we are in the final painting now of looking down to Cwm Clydach, where the River Clydach makes its way from up in the Barron Mountain all the way down to Clydach itself, behind the house where I used to live, brought up as a child. And this is Mynydd y Gwair, a road that comes up here over towards the Ammanford Road. The old Roman road, actually. It's an amazing road, goes on and on and on, just dead straight over the mountains. Now let's have a look. I want now to highlight here and there these last touches with, so it pays not to go too light, that you can't go lighter. You always got to leave it. And I was saying that my father managed a little private mine along here, and I would go up with him in the nights too. You'd have to go down, just check the pumps are all working in the night and that the little mine didn't flood. And often it was exciting as a boy to jump in the van and go off with him up to the mine and go underground. And you know what's amazing? I think I've shared this before on a Sunday morning with the messages I give on a Sunday morning, that no matter how, once we picked up our lamp and we went underground, no matter how deep we went or dark it got, you know, it never occurred to me at all to be afraid, because it was my father, and he knew all there was to know, and I was with him, so it didn't bother me. And it's you know, it's wonderful, you know, in terms of the gospel with God, that God, the great mighty creator who's made everything, look at all of this, who's made everything, that he in turn could become our Father. And if you read the Bible, you read the New Testament, you'll find this sort of just erupts through the pages of the New Testament, that God can become our Father, that we can enter this incredible relationship with God. And he says it's not about ritual and rules, regulations, but the gospel's all about a relationship. Wonderful. And we read of children, then heirs of God, joint heirs with Christ. You know, heaven's a matter of belonging to God and being his children. And you know, when you have that sort of relationship, then you need not fear at all, but you can trust in him in everything. As a father, you know, love my children, do anything for them. You know, everything I have is theirs, you know, because of the relationship I have. And, you know, I can remember, you know, I've done some things, stupid things as a boy. And, you know, my father, he would correct me. Not as much as my mother would, but still. And, but for all the trouble I might have got in, he never disowned me or never received a summons to appear in court. It wasn't a relationship I had. And that's what happens when a person becomes a Christian. The relationship they have is paternal. God is our Father. And that's wonderful and glorious. Now, you see, I don't think I want to do much more than that, or I'd probably overwork it. I wouldn't mind, in a sense, I've got to be careful when I do this now, is just some highlights of the grass here and there, with the rigger, at the last, by here. And in fact, we could get some other grasses up against this dark yellow, couldn't we? Could get it up there, like that. And so there we go. That is looking down on Cwm Clydach from Mynydd y Gwair.